Hi guys, so today I want to cover straight arm strength and the importance of spreading the fingers while doing your arm balances. So basically by spreading the fingers, what happens is you activate the muscles in the arms a bit more efficiently. So when you're in your handstands, you can actually stay there a little bit longer. And by keeping your arms long, what you do is you activate the lateral muscles and the muscles in and around the scapular region and your lats. So I'll show my friend Ken. If he has bent arms, I can manipulate his arm. Where here his arm is not completely straight, but it's a bit more straight, and I'm having a harder time manipulating it. So this is the importance of straight arm strength, because if I'm in handstand, I don't want to collapse based on not having the muscles properly engaged. So the spreading of the fingers is also the same thing. See here his fist is closed and I can bend it. When his fingers are open, I can't bend it anymore. Also remember, straight arms are like standing with straight legs, whereas bent arms is like standing in horse stance. You can't really stand in this position very long before you start to get tired. So you want to build a good foundation from the beginning. So here is a bent arm handstand, not much structure, and so it's very hard to stay up there. A good way to practice your straight arm strength is to basically put your feet on a block and then bring your hands onto the floor and try and keep your arm as straight as possible. I'm not making claims that my arm is completely straight. It's still missing a little bit. There's a slight bend in the elbow. But the idea is to keep them as straight as possible and also to keep the wrists aligned with the elbow and the shoulder as much as possible. You can actually practice one arm at a time. This will recruit and engage different muscles to make it easier for when you're in two-hand handstand. Another exercise you can do is you can actually do one leg at a time, lift one leg, engage and activate the abdomen. And so if you can see, my wrists and my elbows and shoulder are aligned when both hands are on the floor. When the opposite hand is engaged, obviously I have to bring it more towards the center. So use your imagination, but keep those arms straight. Another exercise is you can do an inverted L-sit. As you can see, again, my shoulder, my elbow, and my wrists are completely aligned. And then what you could do is lift one leg up at a time. So as you can see, my upper body is almost perfectly straight, and this is assisting me in staying in the arm balance position. Another cool exercise is just come in downward facing dog. As you can see, my arms are relatively straight, and walk forward with arms relatively straight, fingers spread as I mentioned earlier, and walk back. Remember, when your hands are on the floor, try and ground the inner part of the hand into the floor as much as possible. This is to say thumb and index fingers very grounded. Next exercise is you try and jump into an arm balance. Now, I rarely do bent knee handstands, which is to say bending the knees and coming up to the handstand, but that'll give you some idea. So another thing you could do with straight arm strength is play around with certain postures. So this is elbow to knee pose. As you can see, my arm is straight and there's a straight line from my fingers all the way down to my toes. The minute I bend the arm, you'll see that just by this bend in the arm, he could destroy the whole infrastructure of my pose. So watch, boom, not only do I lose the arm, I lose everything. So in triangle, it's the same thing. When I'm in triangle, if my arm is straight, my infrastructure is quite solid. If I bend my arm even just a bit, boom, the infrastructure dies out. Guys, I hope this was helpful. Namaste. Remember, straight arm strength.